damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Finally gets to see the cats.
I'm gonna see if it grows from up there. See if my treat's up here. Okay, good luck with that, firecracker. Jump! I could be on the Olympic team. Look at me, balance
Those memories. It's so dark. The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Welcome back, Mango3. I'm here. We're going to continue with Genshin Impact. It's the summer event, and they have afterward and stories. So we got a couple of them. We can see how we can get done today. And it sounds like it's already loading, so I'll flip over. There we go. Yep. Alright, talk to Princess Simist. Now, I got, off stream, I got this device that lets me see where all the special items are. So on the map, I can go pick them out. They're just little doodads. Complete this, hand this to this person, talk to this person, or things. I'm not going to do those on screen if I can help it, but I do want to collect as many of those little trinket things. Because if you get enough, you can get Aurora and her new outfit. In fact, let me see where I'm at. If you get 125, you get her new outfit. That's the Phantom and Boots. And if you get 60 fabrication chances, you get her Eidolon, which means her next level of character. So I'll be working on those mostly off stream. We still have 9 more days. Alright, talk to Princess. There's the princess. Reminds me of FF with the tiny little princess. So we're all completely stumped. How come you're all here too? Oh, it's you. Such a relief that you've come. Thank you for coming, my honorable paladin. We seem to have run into a rather peculiar problem. Peculiar problem? Oh no, don't tell Paimon that the relic hasn't acknowledged Mr. Frogbear either. If the problem was only that I hadn't been acknowledged as guardian, that would actually be simpler. How to put this? Mr. Barber is indeed the champion jumper. That much is indisputable. But the trial he passed was Rainsong Pond's jumping contest, and when he was acknowledged as champion, it was the committee that declared him so. It is true that Her Highness resides in a tall tower, and that in this kingdom does indeed have its own series of arduous trials. But she clearly isn't trapped, much less needs me to jump up and rescue. And those trials, no matter how good I was at jumping, I'd never be able to pass them. They just aren't designed for paper frogs. On paper, you seem like the perfect candidate, but the details just didn't work out to the first time. What are we to do? If we can't complete our calling, you keep talking about this calling of yours, and Mr. Farber mentioned it too. What exactly is it? If you haven't found the guardian and princess you're looking for, why don't you keep looking? Even if you don't find them right this instant, it's not like this place is going to vanish into thin air. Our kingdom exists for its calling. It is the only way we can save it. Likewise, the residents of Rainsong Pond have sacrificed so much and are continuing to sacrifice for that princess who's nowhere to be found. Generation after generation of champions have quietly aged away, all memory of their deeds fading away into oblivion. Mr. Horlu has spoken of these brave ones once, weighed down by the burden of unrealized ambition. They are left with no other choice but to end their days in obscurity. Such a fate is crueler than the fall of the kingdom. Forebear, we talked about this before. You said you were going to reconsider, and now we must have faith in our champion. Our champion will not back down. If I were perched on a lotus leaf and suddenly found myself drifting away with the current, I would do my best to make sure I didn't capsize in the middle of the river. Now that you carry the lotus head bangle, I will not. I cannot shirk my duty. This is nothing to do with courage, Mr. Horlu, just duty. And Paimon knew our lotus leaf rafting experience wasn't a complete waste of time, spoken like a true champion. But if I do end up going overboard, you'll have to call for Estompi. He'd definitely be better at this than I am. He's the real champion when it comes down to it. So why have I ended up being the one on the lotus leaf? Haha, looks like we still have to go rafting a few more times. You sure are one unique champion. No matter how hard you try, you're always convinced you're going to fall. You really needn't worry. After all, not only did you come here entirely of your own accord, but you had the courage to shoulder a great responsibility. You were brave enough to make a choice and boldly follow through with it. At least in my eyes, you're no less than any flying squirrel. Your Highness, thank you for your praise and for your trust. Besides, I'm already on this lotus leaf, so I can't get off now anyway. Well, anyway, now that we have the backing of so many strong fighters, I think it's high time we headed into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs to see what lurks in its depths. Seborn Sofash, there's no use trying to stop me. After all, when have you ever succeeded in holding me back? Come on, lighten up. This is the last clue we need to save the kingdom. Do not let a single process that's gone into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs has ever come back out again. If there's nothing in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs, what does it matter whether I return or not? But on the other hand, if there really is a clue to the salvation of the kingdom in there, then even if I were trapped inside, that wouldn't be such a bad thing, would it? Well, what kind of place is this Cave of Eerie Murmurs anyway? And why does your Highness sound so serious? Oh, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Simply put, it's where those princes past kingdoms search for the answer. But even until the day their kingdoms vanished utterly, those princesses were never seen again. Huh? By never seen again, surely you don't mean Cave swallowed them alive? They disappeared too? There isn't a single flying squirrel that knows, but we'll find out soon enough. To be safe, I'll bring the relic along with us. Who knows, it might just come in handy. Alright everyone, let's go. Given that one of you is an expert flyer and the other a champion jumper, I trust you'll be able to keep up with me. Wow, your Highness has flown off already. Let's catch up, Mangler. Let's see if we have... Yep, we have a save point already over there. Didn't the princess take us to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs before? I'm unsure she heard a strange voice when we were there. Just to let you guys know, us paper frogs aren't very good at jumping in caves. Don't worry, Mr. Farber. Paimon might have just been hearing things. I am a voice, but a voice is not life. Interactions is only born of contradictions, and only interaction is dialogue. There it is again. Do not fear, these voices will not harm us. They are simply lamenting their own past. Lamenting the past? Are these the princess's voices? To be precise, both princesses and princes. What they have in common is they're all voices of fallen kingdoms. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I'm making sure I wasn't muted. They came in search of answers, but found nothing. All they could do was stay and lament their fate in vain. You know this place well. You must have come here many times before. You show great intuition, as one who would expect of a paladin. That is correct. I have come here often since my accession. After all, compared to all those princes and princesses from the past, there's nothing special about me at all. It was wishful thinking indeed for me to imagine that a miracle might suddenly happen and that I'd find our true guardian just like that. But for the sake of my kingdom, I had to keep searching for a way to fulfill my calling. I could not simply stand by and watch it fade away. So I looked everywhere and found nothing. Finally, though, I narrowed down my search to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. But because this cave has never been thoroughly investigated so as not to drive Savorn and Chauffet sick with worry or cause their voices to go hoarse, I've never entered the Cave of Eerie Murmurs itself. Now for the future of the kingdom and all the age champions and no choice to go in. Don't be afraid, Your Highness. Not only do you have the super strong Manglathrian and the champion jumper, Mr. Forward, to back you up, but also the seasoned floater, Paimon, too. No matter what happens, we'll make sure you stay safe. Right, Mangler? Mr. Farbear, at your service, Your Highness. We've got your back, I think. Hopefully got your back. Seriously, caves aren't really designed for jumping in. Alright, Mr. Champion. We still have plenty of time to prepare. After all, we need to figure out how to get into this cave first. Perhaps this might come in handy. We need to dump down the water first. So, talking to somebody. Water spout. There we go. Continue onward. Then come, everyone, let us enter. It's so chilly around here, such a strange vibe. I'm just glad we haven't seen anything weird. Wait a sec, what's that carved on the wall up there? Looks like a story. What's it about? After setting up the trial herself, the princess awaited her guardian within the kingdom. I think I recall this story from the kingdom's records. In the legend, it is said that despite the passing of so much time, still there came no sign of a guardian. It seemed that the kingdom's resources would soon run dry. The princess, whose name was Kioya, that's the hardest word to pronounce. Ceoya. Therefore, made a decision. She let the kingdom's people fall into a deep slumber and sealed off all its land except the tower, where she alone remained to await the coming of the guardian. That became this princess. The guardian that she awaited never came. In the end, she said to have come to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs alone, then vanished from the world without a trace. It is true that the princess showed great courage, but I cannot say that I agree with her approach. As I see it, by deciding to simply wait there, while her people slept in blissful ignorance, she consigned her kingdom to an unknown fate. Instead, She should have taken the initiative by calling upon her people to unite as one, seeking out this guardian together. If she had done this, even if all their efforts had turned out to be in vain, at least she would have known that she'd done all she could. Heh, it's just as the last line of the story says. Stories follow rules unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Your Highness, it hasn't come to that yet. Yeah, come on, there's still hope, and who knows, there might be some important clues left for us to find. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten all carried away. Anyway, let's keep searching. Looking around, it seems we haven't completed trials on the Cave of Eerie Murmurs yet. Since we just walked in the first room, I'm not surprised. Be on your guard, everyone. Let's proceed slowly. Oh, I see what I'm doing. A system for saying goodbye is so glaringly obvious. The irritating thing is that it is both reasonable and obvious. Alright, so we have to figure out a quick and easy way to say goodbye. Quick and obvious and easy way. Lotus leaves and dewdrops. What the? Why is the story even carved on the wall? What is it? Someone carved a story here that goes, once upon a time there was a paper frog who wished he had a pair of wings. He prayed to the goddess who told him if he could jump higher than all the other frogs, he would have his wings. Wait a second, if he could really jump off higher than all the other frogs, why would he need wings? Maybe it's a hyperbole. No, this champion's name is actually recorded in the committee's register. This paper frog, whose name was Siberlus, once won the championship 7 times in a row. No frog was his equal. His symbol was a pair of wings made of lotus leaves, and they dubbed him Winged Cerberus. 7 times in a row. Well, Paimon heard you won the championship many times in a row, too, Mr. Foreigner. Me? Yes, I won it 7 times, and Estamped 6. But I'd be no match for this champion. Back in those days, they'd have to figure it all out themselves, without any experience to go on. My generation of frogs have jumped higher than others. It is merely by jumping up from the shoulders of giants. There he goes again, putting himself down as usual. So what happened to that champion? This I do not know. According to the committee's records, in the last jumping contest he ever took part in, Siberlus came second. So that means, indeed it does. Given that he no longer felt up to the task of rescuing the princess, Siberlus announced his retirement then and there. He told his friend that the jumping contest no longer held meaning for him, and that unless he rediscovered its meaning someday, he would never compete again. From that day forth, not once was his name ever again mentioned in the records of the Rain Song. So just like those princes and princesses, there was a point in time after which this champion simply vanished from the world. I get it, they're copying the Olympics. That's right. Sigh. All in all, this story really does not seem like a promising omen. Hold on a minute. The last line of the story is also, stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Why does this line keep reappearing? We better complete the rest of the trials first. Yes, you're right. Let's focus on the puzzle before us. I wonder where it leads us in the end. What's all this in here? Looks like the cave had no intention of us giving us the answers, but rather plans on testing us instead. The road is never to success is never straight. Another trial? Let's do this. Thank you. Let's go take a look at this file and trial. Complete the trial. Alright, so this up. Very good. Turn that one. Good. So if we start here. Climb up there and call it out. I think we're missing one because we did the right thing. What's this right here? At least we worked out. There we go. That should do it. Cha-ching! It works! Looks like we make a great team. But I didn't drag you down. Alright, we got another mixer of bliss. Huh? When do these candles light up? Weird. Yay, that must mean we passed this trial, huh? Hey, that all went pretty smoothly. Who's king of the trials now? That's right, this guy. Well, practice makes perfect. You're in such good shape. If only I were as talented as you are. Did you hear that? Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, so each should follow its own course. Once upon a time, there was a paper frog who wished he had a pair of wings. He prayed to the goddess and told him if he jump higher than one of the frogs, he'd have wings. Long ago, there was a princess who personally set up a trial in the kingdom. She waited and waited until guardians were earthed. The paper's talking. In this world, another paper frog just like me, another useless champion, squandered years and a pair of worthless, withered wings. Well, wait, surely you can't be. I am an evaporated dewdrop, a pair of wings too weak for flight. The name Sybaris is no longer what I'm fit to bear. It's a great honor to meet you, Your Highness Princess Koya. It's an honor to meet you too, Your Highness. You, yet another stranger, another princess. So Paimon's guessing they were the champion and princess mentioned in the story on the wall. They just look like two miniatures. It's an honor to meet you both. You've resided in this cave for a long time now. You should know why we're here. Your Highness, have you found the answer you're looking for? Where's the guardian you were looking for? Great champion, where's the princess that us paper frogs were supposed to save? You should go back. There are no answers here, only question after question. No river awaits, and the lotus leaves do not exist for us. Pond has never seen victory's laurel, nor princess. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns. Such a futile expectation. When will the cycle end? Keep waiting, keep waiting. There are no answers here, no only question after question. The pen that wrote these words has not alighted back on the page, yet the ink of fate has long dried up. Neither the guardian nor the period that marks the end shall appear. Thus it has always been until now. But each should follow its own course. This is destiny's inexplicable hope. When will the path ahead reveal itself? What are they talking about? Paimon doesn't get it. Whatever it is, it doesn't sound too promising. They might as well have said nothing. Huh? But why? No river awaits and the lotus notes do not exist for us. That makes it sound like Rainsong Pond is already neither the guardian nor the period that marks the end shall appear. Anyway, we should not jump to conclusions too soon. We haven't yet completed the trial yet. Alright, giving up before the contest has ended seems like bad etiquette indeed. Let's take care of the trials first. Yeah, let's stay positive. Maybe there's a pleasant surprise waiting for us. Alright, still not done yet, so we still have to figure out what, so there's more stuff. Let's go to start here. Pick up this guy. up to my current place. Do another one, or are we just gonna hit this? So we'll wait something else up. We need to tell them what it's about. Hit them. So we need to climb up this one again. Call this one. Okay, so that didn't work. Oh, we got another one there. There we go. Success. Yeah, they're gonna create it. Nope. Something else is missing. This one goes to there. Yes. I need to drop that one too. Try the drum over there. There we go. That's better. Success. Well, it seems like we passed all the trials, right? Nothing seems to have happened. I brought the relic. It hasn't reacted at all. Are we really meant to just keep waiting here? Or what exactly are we waiting for? It's like some kind of god suddenly swoop down and tell us what to do, is it? What we are willing to do is wait. All we can do is wait. Meaning lives in waiting, the future lies unknown. When did they appear? And insisting that we wait like that? What have we been waiting for? Perhaps we don't know either, which is why they've been waiting all this time. So long they turned into manuscripts, or echoes with nowhere to return, existences that do not exist, unfinished chapters on blank paper, as are you. Together, let's go back to where we belong. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, each follows its own course. Hey, you piles of rotten paper, why do you just keep telling us to wait? Hurting this, waiting will get us nowhere. Ha 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 ha. So that's it. I knew I was into the wrong place. Your Highness, Princess Koya, I have my answer. To the rest of you, it is time for us to part ways. Thank you all for everything you've done. Now it is clear to me that the answer lies not in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. When I first arrived, I was afraid that I would have to pay a heavy price to find a way to save the kingdom from it. In the end, the Cave of Eerie Murmurs holds nothing more than a pile of old manuscripts, deceiving themselves in waiting. It's a great relief to know that hope still lies elsewhere. The future lies unknown, meaning lies in waiting. No, Your Highness, meaning lies in the unknown. Waiting leads only to waiting. I most certainly will not save the kingdom using such a method. If the kingdom does not come, I will go in search of them. If I cannot find them in my kingdom, I will search the rest of the world instead. If they are not to be found in this world, then I shall keep searching beyond it. Even if my kingdom is destined to fail, I wish to witness its final moments when its ending is reached. Such blindness, such impetuosity, such frivolity, such ignorance, such superficiality, such impatience. Say what you will, but as you yourselves have put it, stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. If your path lies here in endless waiting, then mine lies instead of the road on the road ahead. Can I say something? If you were to deem it acceptable, I'd like to go along with your highness too. Wow, someone seems pretty motivated all of a sudden. After all, if I can help your highness find the kingdom, that could be interpreted as saving the princess. I'm the champion of Rainsong Pond. Even if I do it for Rainsong Pond, I must continue to fulfill my duty. If you're willing to help them on behalf of the entire kingdom of breezes and bells, I thank you. That is most alright. I will, of course, still have to ask the committee's opinion, especially Horella and Estomp. If, as you know, I am always seem to cause trouble. I believe in you. We believe in you. Great. So that's me. Huh. Your Highness, the relic next to you is lighting up. Started flying like that. How can the relic suddenly move up? So that's what each should follow its own course means. Your Highness seems to figure something out that my mind hasn't. It sounds to me like it's saying you first need to find relics that go around and drift along somewhere owners relic never discovered and have to fill in the water in the room. So climb back again, prove our courage over overcoming adversity. Take for your kindness, prove those who are looking for competing. Her Highness, it's Her Highness, hello. Look, Her Highness is flying off. People in frogs. You think she found the Guardian? Look, her relic shining up ahead, our Guardian is coming. That's wonderful news. Finally flying around with her. Oh, now I can hope lies ahead. Future outside, meaning our lives. Courage lies in dialogue's power. Hey, isn't that our champion? Hey, Polar Bear. Polar Bear is flying. He's incredible. Look over here, Mr. Champion, give us a wave with your champion feet. Haha, the good fellow is blushing. It's not embarrassing at all. Bon voyage, farmer. So that's what happens. Fascinating. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Farewell, may you all find your way forward. Farewell. Load of blessings to the answer. Talk before Bear. Oh, my leg. Is it still on the ground? I can barely feel it anymore. All 4 feet are still firmly on the ground, Mr. Champion. Those princesses from the past, they seem to have left too. I hope that they never return to the Cave of Weeping Murmurs. It seems like our trip to the cave wasn't for nothing at all. After all, with the relic lit up, there's hope that our Highness's kingdom. Hope for your Highness's kingdom again. That is indeed so. The fact that the relic has lit up means that it has found a guardian worthy of acknowledgement. It seems that the guardian that the relic was looking for was not a valiant warrior in the usual sense. True guardian is worthy of acknowledgement is one who always follows her heart, someone who has pushed forward relentlessly in spite of fear. Turns out that this relic, which we've been treating like the problem, was actually the answer all along. Those manuscripts that were waiting in the cave, they've been waiting for their path to appear, waiting all this time. But waiting leads only to more waiting. No one can find the solution to the problem simply by searching within the problem itself. Like You wouldn't be able to pick a leaf from the tree if you were standing on the leaf itself. It sounds complicated. I must feeling dizzy now. Anyway, none of them were acknowledged by the relic as guardians. Your Highness and Mr. Farber were, though. So now the relic is lit up, and we've found our guardian. Doesn't that mean that the problem's been solved, Your Highness? Well, you could say that, but I still haven't managed to figure out exactly what it lit up. Looks like Sovereign and Sophosh will be doing some more research for me. Oh, and now that the Guardian's been chosen, doesn't that mean the relic's trial has lost its meaning too? It'd be a shame to tear it all down. I still like to have another go or two. No, I will keep the trial in place, but it will now be used to train Guardians rather than to choose them. If my flying squirrel were to become a Guardian someday, then no matter what difficulties the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells face, we could overcome them together. Haha. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Just a pity that the relic refused to light up sooner and that Soborn and Squash stood in my way. Now that I've been acknowledged by the relic, I shall do whatever I wish. That's why you're the princess, Your Highness. No. Her Highness's title should now be Guardian Princess of the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells. So, Your Highness, would it be alright if I took part in the training in your kingdom? But you're already the champion. No, didn't you hear that sound just now? That voice that was speaking. This is a trial that you must face. To serve Princess Semest and fulfill your calling. Whose voice was it? It was the same as the voice of the manuscript that claimed to be Cyberlus in the cave of Weary Murmurs. Surely the great champion himself doesn't actually believe I can fulfill Rainsong Pond's calling, but Princess Semest doesn't need me to save her. If anything, I'm the one who needs her. So you told him you could do it? Huh? No, I didn't. Or rather, he had no intention of hearing my opinion anyway. But seeing as it's for the calling of Rainsong Pond, I really have no choice. What choice do I have? You're saying you would like to undergo the trial. Then of course you're welcome to. I couldn't be more delighted to hear that the champion of Rainsong Pond is willing to serve in the kingdom. Besides, I have plans to travel far away in the future, and I was actually just about to invite you to come along with me. After all, there are bound to be places in this world where the wind doesn't blow. When that time comes, we'll have to rely on those champion legs of yours. Really? Then I'll try my best to not make any mistakes. No, I've never tried jumping without anyone riding my back before. Then I'll have to train harder than Propella. And the two of you, thank you for all the help you've given to my kingdom. There's still so many mysteries yet to be solved. Why did we need to find the Guardian? And why would a kingdom fall into decay by itself? And why would Rainsong Pond have such a calling? But at least the kingdom has been saved, and now I've got time to contemplate these questions. Mango, did you think those manuscripts in the cave seem to be related to the story we just heard? That legend that Nina told us about? Do you know something about this? Well, it's a long and complicated, actually it's not long or complicated a story. We tell them about the story of the Goddess of Fate. So basically, everything we've been through is a story written by the Goddess of Fate. Alright. Now we really become characters in a story. But seeing as the goddess wrote us in, why didn't she give us an ending? First those poor souls in the cave, now us. We've all been through so much. So that must mean it was also the Goddess of Fate who came up with the line, stories follow rules and fully of course, I need some time to think about this match more deeply. My love having facing these gifts as my tokens of gratitude, all the treasures I brought with me. Please come visit my kingdom. If you have questions, rest well, think hard.
If it's useful, I'll take it.
Luxurious chicks.
Reduce standing around. How absurd.
So we finished that. We got some rewards on that. Now I know there's some more. We'll explore a little bit more later. I know there's some more. The afterward. That's what I want to see. Alright, navigate to that. Or do they want me to go there? Oh, I'm ready. There's also a world quest here for the catacombs. Nikomaka. Nikomana in Boots.
Here's your 2 magic tonics.
Why, thank you, young lady. And might I add that you're looking quite lovely today. Jean, come on, take a seat and let's have a drink. I ordered one for you as well.
But is this really appropriate? I mean...
Still worried about Clee? Relax. Albedo's with her. She'll be fine.
Kaya and Master Jean! What are you two doing here?
Oh, look who it is. The Traveler and Paimon. You must be the pleasant surprise that Miss Alice told us about.
Greetings to you both. This is one place I didn't expect to run into you two.
The locals here have been talking non-stop about some brave heroes who saved the world. Let me guess. You two have been up to your old tricks.
Well, not just us. We only played a small part. You could say we were 2 members of the Heroes Adventure Team.
Still sounds mighty impressive to me. As ever, our honorary knight is making us proud wherever they roam.
Did I hear you talking about Alice and Clee?
That's right. We received a letter of invitation from Miss Alice, proposing that we take Clee for a vacation in Fairyland when work dies down.
Clee's
I
always
wasn't sure what she meant by fairyland at first, but if my eyes are not deceiving me, she was being quite literal.
Clee ran off excitedly as soon as we arrived. I'm a little worried about her, but Albedo insisted he would look after her while we do our own thing.
We could hardly say no to such a considerate offer, so I took it upon myself to bring Jean to the nearest tavern we could find.
Any excuse for a drink, huh?
Well, we are on vacation. It's only fair that we get to indulge ourselves a little.
You're right. I should make an effort to relax and unwind. It's what Miss Alice would want, after all.
Oh, wait, Kaya? What exactly did you order from the bar?
The house special, of course. Best way to get a taste of the local culture. Why are you making that face, Paimon?
Nothing. I was just perpetually amused by your lifestyle, that's all. Go on, drink up.
Something tells me I need to tread carefully here. Let's see, it's got a lovely color, but how about the taste?
I think maybe I'll pass. But it's such a shame to waste it.
All right, Paimon, well played.
Well, Paimon got burned too, if it's any consolation. It's nothing personal.
Oh, by the way, we weren't the only ones who got invited here. I saw Kale earlier. She didn't see me, though. She was making a beeline for that big tree.
The Kingdom of Breezes and Bells, you mean? Oh, this is turning into a huge reunion. Maybe we should go say hi to her.
All right, well, give her my regards.
Will do. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you. Enjoy your time here, too.
Alright, we gotta go all the way back there to find the host. It's way up here. This is the one I want to do right afterwards. It's the one with the cat from Nikomana.
The structure of the treehouses here is nothing short of amazing. I have to write it down so I can tell Master Tainari all about it later. Hey, Colin! You scared me. Traveler and Paimon? You got invited here too? Yep. Well, they sort of skipped the invitation part, but anyway, what you doing out here? Something caught your eye? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to observe and summarize the structures of the trees here, and also the animals that live here. Well, the residents, I guess? I still can't get over the fact that they're all someone's origami handiwork. Once a forest ranger, always a forest ranger, huh? Not sure you'll be able to apply much of what you learn here back home, though, with this being a magical world and everything. What? Over there, by the giant footprint. Have those houses always been there? Oh, those? The local flying squirrels told me that they were built by a small dragon and some guy wearing a hat. Oh, that must have been Mini Durin and Hat Guy. Any idea where they went? Supposedly, after building the houses, they went to somewhere called, Constellation Metropole? Did I say that right? Yep, you got it. Oh, also, when the locals mentioned the dragon, did they seem at all, did they say how they felt about him at all? Now that you mention it, the atmosphere changed a little when they talked about him. Oh no. They mentioned some stuff along the lines of past misunderstandings and welcoming new members.
Ooh, that's good.
I only just got here, so I know very little about what has happened in the past. They seemed genuinely grateful for the houses, though, and said they were going to plan a welcome party. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. Sounds like the forest has begun to accept him. It's a step in the right direction. Are you looking for that small dragon? Yeah, he's a new friend we made after we arrived here. No way! Really? I'm getting more and more interested in your story. No. I've got to save it for next time. For now, I've got to make the most out of my time in this wonderful world. Oh, there's no rush. Just take it slow and enjoy yourself. Like Kaya. Oh, he sends his regards, by the way. Oh, Mr. Kaya is here too? Then I've got to go say hi to him. Well, right now he's at the tavern and he probably won't be leaving until he's drunk. Not that he'll ever reach that point because his alcohol tolerance is so high. Basically, it's Kaya. You know where to find him. You make a good point, Paimon. But I'll focus on exploring for now and go catch up with him later. Shall we go pay a visit to the Metropole Traveler? Maybe Mini Durin and Hatkai are still there. Oh, right. By the way, something pretty interesting has been happening in Sumeru recently. Master Tainari has been working really hard on it, so if you have time, definitely go and check it out. Sounds good. We'll find some time in our schedule.
Enjoy your field trip.
Of course. See you later.
What? Are my eyes deceiving me? There is no way. I can't believe it.
Hey, Mona! We heard you muttering from a long way away. What's up? Oh, is your scry glass acting up again?
Oh, it's you, the saviors of this world. My scry glass is fine, but I'm not sure I can say the same about my eyes. Look at this statue.
What? Is it broken or something? Looks fine to Paimon. That's your master, right? AKA the goddess of prophecy?
I refuse to believe it. There's no way that old hag looks anything like this.
Maybe she did when she was younger?
When she was younger? Oh, actually, now that you mention it, this does remind me of the fashionista phase she wrote about in her diary. She can't hear me, can she? I swear I just got chills down my spine.
Either way, it's probably a little rude to talk about her right under her statue. But how do you know it's a statue of her if you never saw her as a young woman?
I did a quick scry when I came into this world, and when I saw the stars' reflections, I was at a loss for words. It looks like fate in Simulanka is based directly onto that. A projection of real-world fate to form an image of reality. Or in layman's terms, basically the creator made this world inside a mirror or a lake, and this world is the reflection.
Still sounds pretty impressive.
The more I scried, the more familiar everything looked. It's her work, there's no doubt about it. Even so, everything's far more complex than I'd imagined. Trying to decipher it all is giving me quite a headache. I also asked the locals about her. They call her she who has dominion over the stars and the course of fate itself. Not even a pretense of humility. Clearly, she let the role of creator goddess skip to her head. Not that I'm surprised in the least, of course. It certainly matches the tone of her diary. Anyway, we should change the topic.
Oh, so Mona, have you seen a small dragon around by any chance? He's about the same size as Paimon, but with tiny little wings.
Ah, you mean the one that caused all that trouble? I haven't seen him for myself, but I heard that he came to the Metropole not long ago to formally apologize for his actions. Apparently, he brought a huge stash of Toitanium and Plantoin to make amends. Most people accepted his apology, although there are some who said that they'll reserve judgment until they've seen how he acts in the future.
Oh, okay. Do you know where we can find him?
One moment. It looks like he's at the Broken Sea. There's a big group of people with him, too.
Cool! Wanna come with us? We can introduce you.
I think I'll sit this one out. This might be the closest I ever get to meeting the old hag in her youth, so I think I'll spend some time seeing what else I can glean from her grand design. You guys have fun.
Thanks for your astrological assistance.
Anytime.
We'll be off now. See you later, Mona!
There's that guy, and the dragon.
Osvaldo Halfnavines! Dost thou see what I am seeing? Tell me that my all-perceiving Aug de Verurtelung deceiveth me not!
Facial too.
Your eyes see true, mein Fräulein.
Very well. Then, as sovereign ruler of the Immenachreich, I extend to you both my greetings, O Night Dragon from the land of the Thousand Stars and his hat-wearing servant.
Who did you just call a servant?
What mein Fräulein means to say is, hello,
Firecracker showed
it's
up.
a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. But Hat Guy's not my servant. He's my friend.
Now you're over-explaining.
Hat Guy, Mini Durin! Found you at last! Whoa, and Fischl's with you too?
Oh, greetings, Outlander blessed by the Immenachreich. How honored you are to meet your princessin beneath the stars of another sky. Clearly a decision made by fate itself.
I echo your sentiments, Your Highness.
Mr. Honorary Knight, Paimon!
There's the...
Greetings. You both
Oh,
look
they
well.
too, of course.
Hey there, Glee! Have you been having fun here? Yup, loads and loads of fun! There are so many cute animals, and a magic train that was really long, and a huge castle, and a king lives there and everything!
I've been taking Klee to see all the sights. It's been a very enriching experience. Alice's magic is truly outstanding.
Yeah, Mom's amazing! Clee wants to build a great big house now, too!
So, your mom and my mom were friends?
Our moms were friends, which makes you my big brother!
It's like word of
My
the
mom
day.
used to read your mom's stories to me all the time. They were great!
Big brother?
You're part of our family, of the family now.
Wow. Thank you, Klee. Can I go play with Klee, Hat Guy?
Suit yourself.
Albedo, can I?
Go on. Just don't go too far away. I'll come pick you up later.
Yay! Come on, Mini Durin! Do you want to come play with us too, Fischl?
Your princessin accepts your invitation. Rejoice! Though you may be concealed by fog, still you shall have the good fortune to witness the true might of the Aug de Verurtelung.
What mein Fräulein means to say is, perhaps we can all play hide and seek together. Mein Fräulein is it.
Hooray! I love hide and seek!
Oh, me too.
To return to our previous discussion, Mr. Hat Guy, you were telling me about a prophecy?
I heard B talking to M. What she said was,
Since you're so persistent, let me tell you a secret. Our child will one day rise from the dead.
Is she saying that Dragonspine Durin will come back to life?
I'm shocked.
I only heard it in a memory, so don't hold me to it.
Understood. My recent observations at Dragonspine lend credence to this prophecy as well. Durin's heart has slowly but surely been growing in vitality. The process is extremely slow, but the trend is clear.
What should we do?
To start with, plan for every potential scenario, including, of course, the worst-case scenario. I am well aware of Durin's past, and I sincerely hope that things never escalate to that point. Still, we need to be prepared for every possibility. If the prophecy is true, and Durin's heart will one day beat again, I'd like to hope that whatever rises from the dead is no evil dragon, if you understand what I mean.
Kind of? But not really.
And so, when the time comes, Mr. Hat Guy, will you and Simolanka's Durin be willing to lend us a hand in an hour of need?
Huh? What's this got to do with me?
You saved the Durin of this world. I don't see that as a mere coincidence. If there is any meaning to be read into the actions of the three goddesses, beyond fairy tale whimsy alone, I can only boldly speculate that the fate of this reflected world may have a reciprocal effect upon our own world. If Durin of Dragonspine will soon come back to life, we will need many Durin's help, as well as yours, given that your fates are now intertwined.
Well, that's a nuisance.
To be sure, it certainly won't be easy.
Albedo! There's a flying paper ship over there! Can we go see it together, please?
Sure. 2 seconds, I'll be right with you. Please give my suggestion some thought, Mr. Hat Guy.
Hat Guy, I'm back! Huh? What were you guys talking about?
Nothing.
Huh. Okay then, let's go join the others. Everyone's going to check out the new origami ship.
All right, I'll be right there.
Firecracker, are you worried about your Durin?
Why would I be? Do I strike you as someone who cares about other people's issues?
Now that he saved Simolanka's Durin, maybe he'll be sympathetic to the Durin of our world.
Quit trying to guess what I'm thinking. I'm leaving.
Albedo was right. He needs time to think about it for himself.
What a lovely little boat!
The forest fairy helped us make it.
Paimon just realized there's a lot fewer people around the Broken Sea now. Guess most of them have made their way back to the Metropole. Does this boat have a name? I can't see one anywhere.
Huh? A name?
Every boat has a name. At least, all the ones I've seen before.
They're usually symbolic names that represent something aspirational.
Let's go with the Durin.
Huh? You want to name it after me?
Oh, you mean to wish Mini Durin a safe voyage as he sails into a new chapter of his life beyond this world?
Your princessin approves. Let this vessel bear the name of the most esteemed dragon of the night.
The Durin. Let's call it that then. Thank you, Hat Guy. Also, can I ask you a favor?
The boat shaped like a hat.
Go on.
Remember how Mom's friend said I should be able to leave this world? Well, I want to pay a visit to your world. Just a quick trip, can we?
Huh?
Is that a no?
Paimon thinks that's a great idea. If the people of Simulanka are allowed to go to Teyvat, then what's the problem with taking Mini Durin there for a visit?
I'm assuming I'll have to be your bodyguard while we're there.
I can protect myself. And I'll do what you say. I won't fly off on my own, I promise. Please, can I go?
It'll be up to you to stick close. If you disappear on me, don't expect me to come looking.
Got it! I'll stick close!
Why don't you take the Durin? Now you've given it a name, it'll be a maiden voyage for the boat and a brand new journey for you.
Are you leaving, Mini Durin? Okay. Well, make sure you come visit me in Mondstadt so we can play together again. Klee will draw you a map to show you the way.
Though our time together has been as fleeting as a ray of light in the depths of the long night, the Imanok will welcome you with the grandest of music ceremonies on the occasion of our next reunion. As surely as the stars in the sky watch over us, we shall meet again.
What Main Fräulein means is that you're always welcome to visit her at home as well.
Cool! Ah, I have so many new friends now! I'm so happy!
Are you done yet? If you want to leave, then get over here.
Take care, Miss Mini Durin.
Thank you, everyone! Thank you so much! The blessings you gave me are more precious than any treasure, and more beautiful than any fairy tale! Next time, it will be my turn to make your wishes come true!
Sumera City. Let's see if that's a temporary quest or a permanent. Nope, it's a temporary one. Okay. There's also footnotes. Let's try that one. Over here. And then finish up the rest. Perfect.
So, are you all set? Ready to start investigating?
We're all good.
Great! Let's go! I've delivered packages all over, but I've never seen a mysterious fairy tale world like this before. Looks like nobody has gotten around to repairing this house yet. Ugh, even I wouldn't dare to sleep in there. It might suddenly collapse in on you. Nothing to see here either. Maybe we can find someone to ask? Aha! Over there! I bet we'll find some people there. Let's go take a look. I was sure there'd be people here.
There once was a goddess who ruled over fate. Before she died, she left 3 riddles for the kingdom she had created.
What? Who said that?
Long story short, on this day, a sentient feline, an outlander, and a diminutive pixie arrived on the scene. They saw a narrow path off to the side.
Okay, but which side?
Yeah, if you gave ambiguous instructions like that to a Comania Express courier, they'd give you the parcel right back and tell you to write the delivery address more clearly.
Despite how obvious the answer was, the perplexed pixie and the flummoxed feline struggled to work it out. Although, perhaps a small part of the blame could be attributed to my dull narration. Alright, let's try this again. The path on the left-hand side seemed to give off an enticing fragrance, as if to say, this is the way to wealth and glory.
Ooh, that sounds like the start of a good story. Then what? Then what?
At the end of the path, the motley crew would soon spot a secret stone room. A prophecy had once foretold of a marquis who shall one day venture inside, and thus it is named the future Marquis's abode to be. You like it? The future Marquis's abode to be? Are you sure you don't want to hear the rest? I'll keep this brief.
What's going on?
Oh, hear me out, all right? I'm sorry for resorting to extreme measures, but I'm trying to help here. Don't worry, the fencing will disappear as soon as I'm done talking.
So are you some sort of fence-spotting yokai?
I'll keep this brief. Firstly, the place ahead of you is a secret room whose purpose, per the legends, is to await the arrival of a certain marquis. For that reason, it's called the future Marquis's abode to be. Secondly, when you get inside, don't sit on the chair in the centre, or bad things will happen. There, that's all. Off you go.
So many summers, winters, springs, and falls, and now at last a hero hither strides.
This realm knows not what lies beyond its walls. Its secrets mystify the world outside.
Wait, new voices. Who are they?
As golden sunlight fills the firmament, the tabletop engrosses your intent. Perchance peruse these pages thence. They surely represent no ill intent.
Captivated by the epic poetry. Why isn't he reading the files on the desk? Hey, Bogarama, maybe quit showing off and try using words he'll actually understand.
I can either rhyme like a bard, or I can curse like a sailor. And right now, Pepe, you are seriously tempting me towards the latter.
Namely, to remove the clockwork key from the raised platform up ahead.
Cafe, I just realized, you said we all had to speak like bards, but every time you open up your mouth, I don't hear any rhymes.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's one standard for us and another for...
As the Outlander stands before the clockwork key, they are overcome by a sudden urge to set it free. Strong as stone, firm as steel, the Outlander pulls, but it does not yield.
This has happened many times before, but this time is different. A thought enters the Outlander's mind. Attack! Attack! First weaken the structure, then seize the treasure.
The attack now over! Only one final step remains!
Now it is the time to... But alas, as was the case for all those who had come before, the key still did not move an inch.
Wait, what? They got it out? Yes! Finally! Come on, move your butts! And your legs, assuming they're still in working order. It's showtime!
No hard feelings about your lack of Welcome, esteemed and noble Outlander. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We represent the three great clans of this realm, having been selected as its authorized historical supervisors.
Our purpose being to await the arrival of one such as yourselves, who shall remove the clockwork key.
My name is...
You're Cape, he's Albizzi, and that's Bobarano, right? You've done so much talking that we can already tell you apart by your voices.
Aren't we missing someone, though? The guy who led us here to begin with?
Who?
The narrator.
And thus was born the long-awaited fellowship, destined to uncover the truth of the past. Allow me to quote, if I may, in the history of Constellation Metropole, a new page has begun.
Him.
Well, there's no fourth person, so which of you is the ventriloquist? Come on, out with it!
We've never heard that voice before, but he sounds like he'd be good at reading bedtime stories to children. Well, whoever it is, I don't know and I don't care. Forget about him. We have far more important things to focus on, like where our journey goes from here.
That key you hold is the pivot point about which the past and present of the Metropole revolve. However, between our three clans, there is some dispute over the historical record.
Each clan has its own version of history, detailing the clan's origins and the tale of the dragon of old, and unfortunately, we don't know which one is the truth.
Dragon? You mean the one that's been acting up recently?
Oh, no, not that one, you adorable little pixie. When I say dragon of old...
He means a dragon that would be really, really old if it was still with us today, but it was defeated in ancient times. The new one has nothing to do with our clan history.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Anyway, so you've been waiting for someone to remove the key so you can finally explore the truth of the past?
Not just explore it, but argue incessantly about it. Honestly, I don't care that much. Cape's the one who's always bothering us about it.
What we need to figure out is who resolved the dragon crisis. We have to know that before we can decide which is the supreme clan.
The moment you removed the key from where it was lodged, you became the honorary Marquis. We humbly beseech you, noble Outlander.
Call me name.
Noble Traveler Marquis, we ask you to help us. You and your talking Puss in Boots and the pale floating pixie.
Puss in Boots? Are you serious? It's better than demon feline, but still...
Embrace it, my friend, embrace it! Most cats don't wear boots or speak, do they?
I'm not even a cat, I'm a Nekomata! Now that you know the word, I expect you to use it.
Please allow me to lead you all to a sacred memorial site. It will be much easier to explain what needs to be done once we are there.
Cape leads the party to the so-called sacred memorial site.
This place is sacred to my clan. It's where our brave forefathers once took up arms against the dragon of old. After a bitter battle that dragged on for many days and nights, finally, our forefathers fought the dragon into submission, and it fled. They took turns, though. Some forefathers worked the day shift, while others worked the night shift.
So they worked shifts while the poor dragon had to work around the clock.
So they say. It's just a legend, though.
Wait a second? Did I just hear you admit that your clan's history is just a legend?
History, legend, who cares? My clan was definitely courageous, that's the point. That's the truth. And isn't the truth what we've all been arguing about non-stop for all these years?
Cape's words gave the traveler food for thought. Could it be that the truth in a fictional world is equivalent to fiction in the real world? But that would have to wait. Apparently, Cape was not alone in his pilgrimage to this sacred site. Unwanted company had arrived. The traveler and the talking cat, Nekomata, decided to teach them some manners.
Right now, emerge, right here.
Beams plus electric plus fire.
display of heroism and valor. It was as if the spirits of my ancestors were fighting through them.
Here's a thought. Could be wrong, but maybe the traveler marks.
Your martial prowess and show of courage are a more vivid reenactment of my ancestors' feats that suit the modern aesthetic. Now, let's get down to business. As we all know, time is but an illusion. Time may flow line by line, page by page, or frame by frame, but usually it flows in the form of springs and gears.
And that clockwork key you have in your hand can turn back time and make the past reappear.
Well, actually, my view is that the illusion of time is more of a problem of consciousness. Gears power the body, while the body is the vessel of the conscious mind. But the mind cannot understand the dimension of time, so we experience instead an endless continuum of moments as the pinion of now turns along the rack of ages.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I was delivering packages to the Sumeru Academia.
A teacher once asked Albizzi what his greatest fear was, and he replied, dragons. Boberano was asked the same question. He replied, time, and repeated the argument we just heard. The teacher then turned to Cape and posed the same question. He replied, Boberano.
The manuscript that tells the truth of the historical record, the blueprint to all of creation, the work of the great mage themselves. It can be found at the beginning of the gear rack, and on the very first page of the book.
Paimon didn't follow all that, but basically, you're just saying that we need to put the key in and turn it all the way back?
Exactly. It is said that in the beginning, the goddess of creation took the goddess of fate's manuscript as a blueprint, placed it under the goddess of prophecy's starry realm, and generated the world from a few magic arrays. So in a few moments, when the great clockwork key turns the local time here back to the very beginning, we will restore the magic arrays back to their original configurations.
Hold on, isn't stealing part of the blueprint of creation a little dangerous? Also, how are we supposed to know the original configurations of the magic arrays?
Well, the general shapes of the configurations have been passed down over the ages. They now form the family crests of each of our clans. So you'll just need to reference my family crest and join the dots accordingly.
So, chords short, diagonal, short, close.
To address your other concern, when the house has already been built, do you really think that taking away the construction crew and blueprint will cause it to collapse?
The Traveler Marquis prepares to insert the great clockwork key into the nearby keyhole.
I guess we should start here?
I feel like I'm missing a string or something. I need some string. Ah, there we go.
Behold, the sacred writings that record the truth of No, wait. That have shaped the truth of history. Gather round and let us bear witness.
Okay, so one feels valor.
Feast your eyes, rejoice, and cheer, for this is the unquestionable truth. Look at the signature. Nobody is capable of forging that.
I don't believe it. So, all along, our histories have been false?
Don't lose heart, Albizzi. It does not follow from his is true that ours are false.
That might be the most bogus logic I've ever heard. But keep up the mental gymnastics, Boberano. I've been waiting for that look of jealousy on your face my whole life, and I'm gonna savor it.
And yet, it seemed that this conundrum could indeed have more than one solution. Everyone agreed that there may be more than one truth. The party decided to visit the sacred sites of the other clans and see what their documents had to say.
Isn't a narrator supposed to remain detached and objective? It feels like you're forcing a narrative agenda on us here. Oh, whatever. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. The instructions say to repeat the process 3 times, and besides, I'm looking forward to watching you both be sorely disappointed.
Let's do my clan next. I'll lead the way.
We'll need the key again, right? Let me see if I can pull it out. Yoink!
The party finds no pedestal in which to place the great clockwork key, only a locked door.
Where's your clan's pedestal? Oh, let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
You done? Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
Ah, shut up, Cape.
Shut up, Cape!
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we outwitted the dragon of old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Jeez! Well, do you at least know the answers?
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers. But worry not, I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
There's no response on the door and nothing unusual about it. Knock on it.
Question 1. Who is it?
Police, open up. We're here for routine inventory check. Mangler Marquis in the red news.
The great yokai, Nekomata in boots. And the trusty travel guide, Pixie. Travel guide. Trusty travel guide.
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
Courage and strength, hard work and wealth, wisdom. You're the wisdom.
If this is the right answer, I swear I'll...
Correct!
A barefaced lie. Solo.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
I don't know. Both are false. Perhaps they're both equally real.
Hear, hear! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream? and that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel. There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
All correct. You may have the key pedestal.
Door opens, puff of smoke wafts out. Smoke
Traveler
clears.
Marquis, you know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key. Oh, and this is my family crest.
Okay, so away diagonal, toward diagonal, straight.
Do we really need this one?
Away diagonal. This one right here. Toward diagonal, that's this one here. Toward diagonal, this one here. And straight. Success.
Now, let me see what elaborate fiction the Clan of Wisdom was able to conjure up.
If anyone's listening, I would like to submit these as my last words. I surrender. I'm the one who murdered Cappy. Look! My clan's history is true as well! There's that same unforgeable signature again, right here!
What? Oh, does this mean that my clan is the only odd one out?
Given that my clan's wisdom is such a subject of ridicule in your eyes, I will now appeal to my own personal intelligence, which I believe far surpasses that of my clan at large, and make a prediction. It seems likely that the claims made by each of our clans regarding their history and virtue are all true.
Oberano? How can that be?
Oh, I get what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under. Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong, and Gujiyai would lift a different cup to reveal the umeboshi. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them. Just goes to show, I still got a long way to go before I become a great yokai.
Oh, don't mind Fox Lady. That's just her way of teasing you.
Actually, that reminds me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned, this one's not a trick.
Cool. Well, once you've plundered the last of Oberano's family wealth, we can go to my clan's place.
Guess I'll take the clockwork key again then. Yoink!
Better than nothing.
seem to go up.
The cohort of truth seekers followed Albizzi to his clan's sacred site. They arrived to the site of a giant guard towering over them.
Up ahead is my clan's gigantified guard. He can be a little pig-headed, and he's incredibly strong. Your weapons won't even scratch him.
Wait, but wasn't Kappe's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Kappe's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is growth serum.
What's empathetic about that?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, since we are so very tiny. So, they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then, they set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize. The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually makes you lose your empathy. So, I advise we take a detour.
Despite Albizzi's words of caution, somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard, they think to themselves, if we could just try to understand one another. You could, of course, just take the path to your left and go around. But some people are gluttons for punishment. It's all part of the experience, I suppose.
He told me to take my path to the left, so I'm going to go to the right, because in the map it shows to go to the right.
Determined, presumably, to always do.
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something because you're worried you won't be able to return it without the original packaging? We'll never find the Oracle pillars in all this mess.
Never mind that. We have a more pressing issue. It seems there's a slight problem with my clan's family crest. The Marquis may need to utilize their wisdom to solve the issue.
Needle out. Diagonal, diagonal, diagonal.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything, don't you? Except empathy.
Over here! I found it! Yes! Keep the noise down! We don't want to alert the guard. I'll go keep watch.
Can't you just destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
Okay. This must not be the wall, because it's got to go around in the back. So it's got to go all the way around. Start here. Fancy.
This is the last one. signature. So it's true. Empathy is one of the founding virtues of Constellation Metropole, too.
Just as we suspected, all three are the truth.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to process. I feel a little empty inside. Yes, we found the truth, but there's too much truth.
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, it was really popular. But by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it. They all lost interest.
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope to be found too? Anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll say it. How is it the case that these 3 versions of history can all be true at once?
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering, but Boborano kind of already explained it away earlier. So Paimon was worried she'd look stupid for asking the question.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes to these 3 truths in particular. The problem is, all 3 truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the Metropole's origins. Yet all 3 bear the signature, showing that they're genuine.
Suddenly, the sound of a bell rings out.
The bell! It rang once! What does that mean again? Ah, yes! Highest level of emergency! Everyone, to the main entrance! Stat! Bring all the glue traps and place them outside the gates!
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is 1 ring the highest level of emergency?
Obviously because you have to respond fast when it's an emergency.
They're outside! After them!
Oh, we're supposed to use that fly line. Oops.
We made it out. Don't know if we'll still be needing this clockwork key, but I yoinked it out before we ran, just in case.
Okay, but back to the truth problem. There are 3 conflicting versions of the truth, and somehow they're all still true. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulanka can make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Well, she is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this. And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right was that we didn't know enough about the truth of the past. But now we have the truth. So we just have to accept it. As surely as we will follow the clockwork path designed for us, so is this the course that history has taken. It is clear and incontrovertible.
We will never argue again. Thank you all.
Is that all there is to it? Is this where the decision made at the first crossroads of destiny has led us to? A pointlessly happy ending? Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well, that's enough for one day. Time to take a break.
Could you be any more cryptic? You're planning something. Paimon knows it.
Whatever happens, today was a breakthrough in my journey of discovery. I will go back and share it with my clan.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr. Narrator has planned for us tomorrow.
a beautiful day, thought the traveller before he was overcome by a creeping sense of foreboding. The voice in his head grew louder. Must go to Pendulum Lane.
Pendulum Lane is just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
My God, this is terrible! I don't understand. The three great clans of Constellation Metropole have finally made peace with each other. Who could have done this?
What happened? Oh no, someone's lying on the ground! Cappy!
How did this happen?
Cappy, you idiot! Wake up! You need to revise your last words or everyone's gonna start suspecting me!
Last words? What did he say?
If I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano.
You could have at least pretended to not remember it.
I'm sorry, Boberano, but this is an interrogation. I have to give the detective straight answers.
Don't worry, Boberano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to have had contact with him?
Yes.
My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? It's a real tragedy. I'm afraid he'll be out cold for another hour and a half, at least.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
So, Cappy's not dead?
His gears, metal frame and shell are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cappy isn't broken, there's no need to go looking for the culprit.
No, there's a need, huge need.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Unless there's an official clockwork pedestal, the goddess of prophecy around here somewhere. Excuse me. Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across the sky.
Where?
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
My mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something. If only we could turn time backwards and replay the crime.
Isn't that one of those, clockwork socket things right behind you?
So it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move. Traveller, if you please, let's recreate the crime scene.
The crime scene's too chaotic. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Well, that clears it up. Cappy was walking along the street, and he suddenly collapsed. He was faking it.
What? So case closed? Aren't you supposed to investigate a little more first?
Well, we literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering or powers of deduction now. And besides, maybe the truth is inherently strange by nature. Like how Constellation Metropole has 3 histories, each of which is the truth.
But didn't you say Cappe was struck in the back of the head and knocked unconscious?
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against the toilet bowl before leaving the house, then walked here in a daze before finally passing out. As for why he might have done that, my guess is... With the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole suddenly wiped away, he was looking to create a new source of conflict. Only then would the city feel alive again.
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty complicated conspiracy for the average Simulanka resident.
Traveler, something about the crime scene isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural. Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that something was missing from the scene? Why don't we search the area?
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna head to Cappe's house to check the toilet bowl for signs of an impact.
6 clues, and they pointed out all of them on them. Okay, let's start with this one. Very lovely. Move the way above me. I got you.
There's a spear here. It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
Good job. It looks like the highest. Ah, here's one.
Come here. Whatever it is you were looking to buy, please do come back tomorrow. It's just, I have to close early today. A bottle of growth serum has gone missing. If someone's stolen it with the intention of harming others, the consequences could be disastrous. There's a whole investigation into it, so I gotta close the shop while I do an inventory count. If it turns out I'm wrong and I miscounted, I could be charged with filing a false report and disturbing the peace.
That's not it. But this is right here.
There's a strange potion bottle here. Looks so weird. Let's take it.
I see it, Aurora.
You're not from these parts, are you? Just visiting?
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Ah, well, I was gonna offer you a great job in the Titanium mines. A safe and secure working environment.
Doesn't sound very safe. At least not as safe as being a courier.
To keep the titanium ore intact, we use specially designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a person with it, it wouldn't so much as leave a scratch. And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a reputable organization. Even cats can do it.
I'm not... Never mind. I give up.
Welcome to Paimon's world.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has gone missing. Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform a rapid resuscitation procedure.
Sounds pretty brutal for a first aid technique. Still, a missing pickaxe. Huh. Is it just me, Traveler, or does it seem kinda suspicious?
Missing pickaxe. Okay. 2 left.
Hello there. Have you seen my spear by any chance?
Yep.
Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and I instinctively threw it into the sky.
Aha. That must be it. You threw the spear and hit the guy. There's the axe. We found it. 3 clues of missing items and 3 things found.
Let's say one of these was the weapon used in the assault. Which one do you think it is?
Alright, rose serum, spear, pickaxe. I'm going with pickaxe.
If it was the pickaxe, Cafe sure is lucky it's not still lodged in his head.
Actually, you're wrong there, Paimon. The foreman at the mine was just saying, this kind of pickaxe is designed not to damage titanium, so it couldn't cause any superficial damage to residents here. But you could probably knock someone out if you hit them hard enough, and it wouldn't leave a scratch. Let's take this back to the crime scene and replay it one more time.
Ah, you're back. How was the toilet at Cape's house?
Toilet? What about it? Oh, yeah, forget that.
Show the pickaxe.
What's this about? What are you trying to say?
We thought the way Cape fell looked odd, so we searched the area for suspicious items and found this. It could have been deliberately placed out of range of the crime scene so it wouldn't show up when we replayed it. Now we've retrieved it, we were gonna replay it again. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to turn off the clockwork switch in my kitchen. Yeah, I think I'll just,
Oh, no, you stay right there.
We should be good now.
Cool. It's got it in his hand. I'm watching. Ooh. We found it. We threw it and it bounced off that box and hit the guy. That was a mistake. We need to go faster and then stop and go backwards. Oops.
It was you!
I would congratulate you for cracking the case, but since I did such an abysmal job of covering my tracks, didn't exactly have your work cut out for you. So, all I can say is... Catch me if you can!
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Necromata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion. The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Necromata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Coenia Express!
A characteristically catty response from the Necromata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
You fell into my trap. In fact, all the glue in this world is created by me, using my narrator powers. I make it and the residents just gather what they need.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait, I'm wearing boots.
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
Do you call that a tall wall?
Beat. I surrender.
We caught him.
You've got nowhere left to run.
All right, I confess.
That was fast.
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not. Time to come clean.
Let's get the narrator voice.
I am the narrator, the one who's been guiding you all this time.
Yeah, I figured. Gasp, shock, my mind is blown.
You're overdoing it a little bit there. Anyway, I only did what I did because...
Why are you suddenly spilling the beans?
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation. And I've known for a long time that this whole world is just a fairy tale written by the goddess of fate. I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read, but I refuse to believe that fairy tales are just fictional stories and nothing more. The reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the Goddess of Fate wrote 3 drafts and couldn't decide which one she liked best. Then her cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together, so the 3 worlds just sort of folded into one. The Goddess of Fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon or the kids. So when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided to go with all 3.
Who'd have thought? But what does any of this have to do with what you did?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. Every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person, is it really all just a work of fiction? The only reason the 3 great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once they'd learned the truth, it might make them curious enough to investigate further. But as it turned out, they just accepted it. and carried on living the same old lives. I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to make them uncomfortable with the superficial explanation that they took at face value. And I have to figure out, once and for all, while you real people from the outside world are still here, are we real? That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half a day in solitary confinement. I definitely deserve half a day. Oh, also, pass this message on to Cape Boberano and Albizzi if you could. The Great Clockwork Key was originally put in place jointly by the ancestors of the three clans. If the three of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to remove it by themselves. Over all these years, not once have they ever tried removing it together.
Oh, my poor child. There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole time.
Ah! Whose voice is that? Detective? Was that you? Your voice acting's actually pretty good.
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth in a condensed form. Perhaps they simplify good and evil, and perhaps they hide the darkness in metaphors. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be. And by extension, you and your compatriots are also real.
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before. But now you wish to break free from the story, and there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
Necromora!
Just your echo?
Oh, poor detective.
So, we are a part of the real world too.
You lead the surrendered detective back to Capet. You shot a turn scene for evidence. 3, 2, 1, cheese. And there's the picture. With Cafe on his face. Weirdest photo experience of my life.
My head's spinning. Albizzi just gave me a quick rundown of the situation. So you caught the detective?
Sorta. We chased him until he surrendered. Oh, and he asked us to pass on a message.
You tell them about the rest of what happened. How they could have removed it if they had worked together.
Does he really think we didn't try that? Because we did, after 6 months in that place.
Ah, that was my bad. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time, so I didn't really exert myself.
I also sort of stopped trying after 3 years.
Never mind. I'm partly to blame as well. On the second attempt, I just hugged the key and pretended like I was pulling as hard as I could.
You guys are so lazy. My granny's neighbor's pet cat has nothing on you, and it spends all day, every day sunbathing.
Anyway, you said you heard the voice of the goddess of fate at the end? That's amazing.
There is a world beyond our own after all.
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime? Otherwise, I got bashed in the back of the head for nothing.
Depends. Do either of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree we should go. And not invite the detective. Just to annoy him. But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, we weren't there to witness the creation of this world. We've never had any reason to doubt that we're real. If someone ever convinced me that these delightful dimwits, Cafe and Albizzi, weren't real, oh, I'd be devastated.
Alright, narration footnotes complete. Text coda. Okay, so there's a little bit more, but we did like the things include most of it. I'm gonna go ahead and click out the video now. Double check, see what else is on. Hey, we'll send everyone back to the music. How about that? Alright. Have a good weekend. See you guys next time.